All right, whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hi, my name is Mike LaPointe, and I'm one of the owners of the Firewheel Community Coffee House. And I'm also a member of the Delta 5 group, which is going to trial on January 11th, it appears, to answer the charges that we put a tripod in front of a oil train and blocked it from moving for 8 hours until we were eventually cut out by the jaws of life, and one of our Delta 5 people, Abby, was taken off the top of the tripod with a fire engine cherry picker. Now, a lot of people have, well, not a lot of people, actually very few people have given me a little bit of a flack about that, saying that I broke the law, that I'm a criminal. And these obviously are people who don't understand what the issue is and what it was all about. We weren't there to trespass. We weren't there to break the law. We weren't on the wrong side of the law. As far as I'm concerned, we were on the right side of the law, the only side that everybody should be on. Because we were there to protest the inaction and the inability of the elected officials that we, for some odd reason, keep re-electing to adequately, decisively, and with a vision towards the future, deal with climate change. We have oil trains, we have coal trains going through our community. We're shipping coal to China to burn. Besides the obvious climate change ramifications with these different types of fossil fuels, we also have these oil trains which explode. They're Bakken oil, which has methane in them, and they explode when they derail. And they've caused quite a few deaths, and if nothing else, health issues and these continuous derailments and explosions, including the major incident up in Canada where I believe 47 people were literally vaporized by a train that exploded filled with this oil. So it's a serious problem, and for myself, I can't speak for others, but for myself, the reason I got involved is because I'm a longtime activist. When I was 18 years old, I helped organize a shop into the Union in Massachusetts, where I'm originally from, and I became politically active, fighting for issues that were relevant and important to working people. I saw that far too often what was important to us was not important to the people who are in power, who have the money, and control, basically, the direction in which our country was going. And all too often, I came to realize that it's even beyond the politics. It comes down to, as far as I'm concerned, a matter of greed. It's a sociopathic want for more and more money and more power. That so much so that the ramification of this grasping for power and money supersedes the common sense of what they're doing to this planet, to our society, to the people. We are at a point in our history where if we don't take a stand for ourselves, for working people, for the people of the planet, we're not going to have a planet. It started back in the 70s with the first Earth Day, when they started talking about, recycling, started talking about global warming, as if it was something far, far away, in another galaxy, perhaps. But no, now it's come home to roost. It's happening now, it's been happening since that very first Earth Day. Indeed, it's been happening since the Industrial Revolution, with the burning of fossil fuels. And it's reaching a tipping point. We are now at the most critical stage where if we do not act yesterday, the changes that will take place in this century from global climate change will be irreversible. If we don't act now, we can't fix it. It goes beyond what's good for me. I can sit on the sidelines. I could be filthy rich. Can have not a problem in the world. But the point is, the people I leave behind are going to be facing a world that is uninhabitable. That will be a remnant of what we have, or what we could have. It has to stop. That's why I was down there on the train tracks. The elected officials I've contacted, other people have contacted, don't do their job. They're more interested in their next election. They're more interested in taking money from the fossil fuel industry than confronting them for the benefit of the majority of the people that they are supposed to represent. And that's why they were elected, in my opinion. If they're not going to represent us, what are we to do? If it wasn't for the activists that we have now, the situation would be far worse than it actually is. It's like trying to hold back a 100-foot wave You can't do it by yourself. We need more and more people involved in this issue. We need people to stand up and say, if you're not going to represent us, we're going to find somebody who will represent us. We want you to stop the burning of fossil fuel. We want you to start transitioning to green energy solutions. We want a future for our children. We want a planet we can inhabit. These are the issues. War means nothing. Job opportunity, wages, enough food for people means nothing if we don't fix climate change. Climate change is the most paramount issue facing all of humanity right now. And I cannot sit by and let it happen. That's why I was on the train tracks. And neither should anybody who's listening to this. Alone, we can get the attention of people. We can draw the attention to the issue. But we need you to stand up when you hear what the issue is and what it can do to us and to you and to your children, to join us, to stop the trains, to stop the burning of fossil fuels, to replace the politicians that are bought and paid for by the fossil fuel industry. My stake in this is minimal. I'm already 61 years old. I'm not going to be around much longer. You know, and I'm at the point in my life where I don't care anymore. I'm going to do what has to be done, whether it's by myself or with a billion people behind me. I'd rather it be with a billion people, because the only way we can actually change this now is if we get that people power going. There's people out there who we can put into office who will represent us. We need to get them. But we also need to stand behind them. We need to stand on the train tracks, but not alone. I need you to stand on the train tracks. I need you to block the tankers. I need you to demand that action be taken to find solutions to this most paramount problem that the world is facing. Greed should not rule this planet. Lust for money is what is destroying us. We need to get that out of the picture. We need to come to a realization that there's a better way, and we are the ones responsible, and we are the only ones who can make it happen. Our trial starts January 11th. I urge everybody who can to come down and check it out. Show your support, not just for us, the Delta 5, but for for standing up against climate change and the giant fossil fuel industries that have brought it to us and continue to try to get that last drop of oil, that last chunk of coal out of our planet, regardless of what the effect that will have. And the reality is, the effect of taking that last drop of oil and that last piece of coal out of our planet is the end of our planet. That is the reality. If we don't stop them now, we're done. So that's my story. That's where I'm about, you know. I've been fighting as an activist my whole life, on and off. You know, sometimes taking a step back because it's a hard road to travel alone. But I'm back again, and I'm asking everybody else to join me. Let's make a change. Let's make a difference that'll last for the rest of our lives and for our children's lives. It's what we got to do. Power to the people. End of story. Okay.